What's going on, y'all? About to send this link out. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. We are live. All right, there we go. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, everybody? All right, London session just started. Let's see if we can jump into some things right now. We do have a few possible setups here. Right there. What's going on, y'all? So we haven't jumped in anything yet. Yes, I like easier right here. Hey, what's going on, Lyra? I'm doing good, Fitmon. How about you? What's going on, Michael? Yes, so right now, I'm just watching the JPY pairs. I'm still leaning towards buys, but I want to see how price reacts to this level right here. I want to see if it can break above that level or not. And then I'm also looking at possible buys on SPX if it can break that level. US30 already started its move a little bit. So I am kind of leaning towards buys on these pairs. They are still bullish. They do have some levels of traffic to the left above them, SPX as well. They do have some levels of traffic to the left of them that they are struggling to break through right now. But I am still looking at buys. I wouldn't really look for sells until price for SPX breaks below 40, 46. Then I have to be looking for sales. So we have a little while until we have a few levels before price even breaks up. But I haven't jumped anything. I was on the charts last night, looked at a few things, but we do, like I mentioned in the Telegram yesterday, when market reopened, we have a bunch of bank holidays. Literally, we have 2 today. On top of Canadian and USD news. And then tomorrow, we got holidays for the Swiss franc, GBP, the euro, and Canada. And then, of course, we have red folder news for the USD pairs. And then, let me see. Then Sunday, I don't really trade Sundays, but Sunday and then Monday. So literally the next 4 days, we have a bunch of bank holidays. So Tuesday is probably going to be slow as well next week, and things probably won't pick back up till Wednesday. And of course, we have a bunch of news on Wednesday. So it's just those times of the year where it's a bunch of holidays, a bunch of news events going on. you know, things are going to be slow and choppy during these times. But we're still going to see if we can catch some moves or not. They're just probably not going to be as big of moves, but we do have news today and tomorrow, so there is still opportunities to potentially catch some nice moves. So we're still going to be on the charts regardless, but I am liking SPX, so I'm waiting to see if it can break above this level. And if it can break above this level and hold, then I would not be against the buy setup. So that's the game plan there. My levels for US30 is already pushing up. So that's why I'm looking for it as well. Let's see what NAS is looking like. Yeah, so NAS is slowly pushing up as well. So we see NAS is bullish also. So yeah, I'm going to be looking for buys today. NAS, I wouldn't really look for sells unless price breaks below 12,750. That's when I would consider looking for sales. It's doing a slight retracement, but I am still leaning for buys. So if price continues to drop down, when it hits that price level, I'm going to watch and see how it reacts there. But if it can hold this level or tries to push back up, we're just going to look for a buy. Like there was a buy set up last Friday at this level. So that's what we're looking at right here. And then gold, not too much of a surprise. Didn't do anything yesterday, which is not a shock because, again, if it went any higher, we'd be seeing some potentially new highs. I mean, all-time highs, record-breaking highs for gold. And I'm pretty sure if they are going to do that, they're going to time when they are going to do that. So not too much of a surprise that gold didn't really do much. So now we have a strong resistance at 2022, 2021, 2022. But yeah, so we got a new 5 minute about to start in about 2.5 minutes. I am leaning towards JPY pair buys again, but we could see reversals happen still. So it could be just short-term buys. This price failed to make a new high, and it did do a nice drop here. So it could come back to this daily level, and depending how it reacts to this daily level here at around 143.80, if it treats that as resistance, then we could possibly see a reversal happen again. Literally, it's just a bunch of choppiness going on. But that's kind of how it is with the JPY pairs. It's very rare that we have a nice flowing trend going on. So we always got to take advantage when that does happen, which we did have a nice pump, like literally like a week straight last week. But we are hitting a level of traffic to the left that we can see. Well, let me highlight it so you can see. There we go. We're going to click this right here. I don't know why it's acting like that. There we go. Yeah, so this is the box really right here. And I'm going to delete this because we don't need this right now. This is the box I really want to pay attention to. So I want to see if GJ can break above that level, then we could possibly see some buys. But even if GJ hits this level here, if it doesn't break above it, we could possibly see price reversing it. But we do have this nice imbalance here. And just looking at today's candlestick and yesterday, how it's respecting this daily level right here, it's showing that there is still some slight bullish momentum. So we could really see, especially how the wicking, we could see a possible new high be made today or tomorrow, which would be something I'd like to see. I wouldn't really want to see a reversal because then we could be kind of stuck in a ranging market again. And on the daily time frames, those are kind of annoying because you're going to be stuck like that for at least a month or a couple of weeks. So we can potentially see that with GJ. But we want to switch back to SPX. Yeah, so we can break this level. I would not be against buys. Again, price is bullish, so we could possibly see some reversals. But just looking at market structure, if the bullish momentum continues, we're going to have to break through this level of traffic here, which isn't impossible. We can see price is definitely trying. That's what we're looking at right here. And then again, we have news at 8:30. So price could just be chilling and ranging until New York session. But we're still going to be on the charts paying attention because we might be able to jump into it a couple of hours beforehand like we had before in the past. So that's the main pairs we're going to be looking at. Again, we do have, let's scroll back up, New Zealand and Australian news today. I usually don't like to trade the pairs when there's bank holidays, but we might look at them still. But today, I'm really just going to be looking at JPY pairs, indices, and I'm still going to look at gold, but I still want to look for some buy setups. I like to see a retracement so I can look for a buy setup. So if it breaks above that level, possibly look for a buy. But as we can see here, we got a strong resistance getting formed here. Let me drop this down so I can put it there. Yeah, but we got a strong resistance getting formed right there. So it's going to be interesting to see how this week ends with gold. And I said I wasn't usually going to trade these pairs. They're looking nice. Yeah, this looks like it's continuing this bullish momentum. So we can see possible buys here. So we got a few minutes to the next 15. It looks like it's going to try to break that level of traffic. It's got some work to do. Doesn't mean it's impossible though. Yeah, but as we can see here, EJ really hasn't done much either for this 15, this first 15. It's pretty much stayed right here. So we're going to see what this next 15 looks like. We're going to see if it's going to break on this level or not. The SPX is slowly pushing. So yeah, we're going to be paying attention to SPX and then EJ. That's what we're going to be looking at right now. I'm going to have to update my levels as well. I didn't do them yesterday, so I'm going to have to update the levels today. I might do it after stream. So we got a minute to the next 15. SPX is pushing up, so it looks like it's trying to break above that level. We have NAS following it as well. Like I said before, US30 did start it earlier, and on the smaller time frames, they are moving similar. But if we look on the bigger time frames, specifically the daily and the 4-hour, that's where we see the big differences. But on the smaller time frames, we see the similarities. So yeah, I am looking at SPX here as well. So we're going to see if we can break that level. Yeah, so I'm going to write this up just in case we do enter it. Yeah, so there's going to be a few opportunities just because there is news, and especially the news tomorrow. Today, it might be something as well, but especially the news tomorrow with the non-farm employment, it's going to be definitely some pumps in the market. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this week ends. But we do have a bunch of holidays coming up. Literally up until Tuesday, things are not going to be back to normal. So not going to be too surprised or shocked if it's going to be choppiness or a lot less moves or opportunities. But new 15 did just start. Somebody pull up my other screen. No, I've taken no trades yet today. None. There's a couple I'm watching, but like I just went over, between the news event, because the new month and new quarter just started, and the holidays, the markets are a little choppy. Um, Still been a good week though. We took our first L yesterday though, but we're still up for the week. And then of course we ended last month on a great note as well. We'll go over that in just a second. But yeah, so right now I'm looking at EJ and I'm looking at SPX. Have not entered neither one of these trades yet though. Still waiting for my confirmations. But these are what I'm looking at right here. It's a New Zealand and Australian holiday today. So keep that in mind. But yeah, these are the pairs I'm looking at right here. So I'm going to write these trade ideas up though, because SPX is slowly pushing up. Yeah, we're going to see if we can catch some pips. Yeah, so SPX did just break that level. So we want to see if we can hold for at least this 5 minute. Ideally, we want to wait for the 15. And we're not going to rush the trade, of course, but it is pushing up. So it is showing some nice signs right now. We've been catching some nice buys. It did do a nice retracement for us. So this would be a nice level for entry. And just looking at the bigger time frames, this would make sense to happen today. We filled up the 50 on the daily imbalance. So I am looking at a buy at least to 4,100, 4,105 minimum. If we can hold this level, that is. So we're going to wait and see if we can hold above this orange line here. If it can do so, that's a decent stop loss. Yeah, so we're going to see if it can hold. I'm still watching EJ, but they're still playing around on the daily and 4-hour levels. So we're not going to pull the trigger on that yet. All right, those just joining the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. We are looking at SPX, the possible buy. Just waiting to see how it's going to react since it just broke this level. Literally, you can see on your screen how we're doing so far for the week. We're 10-2 so far. And we caught a little bit more than that. Not too much though, because yesterday was pretty much a break-even day. One of the first break-even days we had in a while. I think the last one we had was yet again another holiday week. I think last time we had a break-even day was literally when we only took one trade that day. I remember that day. And that was a day when we had a bunch of holidays going down as well. If I'm not mistaken. It was no. I'm going too far. It could have been this day. I know either the middle of February or was March. It was one of those. Isn't the Telegram first link in the description? Everything's documented. You'll be able to see how we done this week as well as last month. I have to tally up the quarter. I posted how we did last month. I think on Tuesday. I think I posted on Tuesday. So SPX did just do a nice pump up. So yeah, we might jump into this. Go ahead and post a disclaimer. Yeah, so last month, so I'm gonna show y'all in a second on the computer. I'm gonna go ahead and post a disclaimer. I do like SPX. So I'm gonna do a tight SL for this. Pretty decent. We have a nice pivot there. This is as far as price retraced before it did the pump up. So this would be decent. We're gonna drop it down to 40, 75. We're gonna do 40, 75. That's coming to SL. Yeah, so I'm gonna type this up right here. $95. Yeah, so I just posted the disclaimer. 40. All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna go back to EJ really quick, just to make sure we're not missing anything. Yeah, so these are two pairs I'm looking at right here. I'm looking at EJ, and I'm looking at SPX. New 5 minutes started. Got about 8 minutes to the next 15. Let's see, 142.90. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it can go either way. Can't really determine like usually I do for the day, but I can with these levels at least determine short-term setups or short-term buys or sells or targets. So that's what we're going to do right now. But we're also not going to go too crazy, just simply because of the conditions the markets are in right now. But I do like these setups right here. So we're going to go back to SPX. So yeah, I got EJ on my other screen. I got SPX on the big screen. And these are the two setups I'm looking at right here. So we got a new 5 minute about to start in about a minute. And then we got a new 15 about to start in about 6 minutes. So we're just going to keep our eyes on these charts right here. Catching pips, taking trips. Yes, sir. That's the goal. Freedom's the goal. What's going on, Shawn? I see you in here. What chart is this? So this is SPX500. People also call it the S&P 500. But yeah, so I'm looking at SPX right now, and then I'm looking at Euro JPY. I'm not into these trades yet. These are just my trade ideas. I'm waiting on my confirmations to be met, and based on that, then I'll enter. But right now, I'm not entering any trades yet. But that might change soon because we got NAS pushing up as well. So, that might change soon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we got a new 5 minute just started. We got 5 minutes till the next 15 starts. So I'm just about to write this up. Then we're about to go back to SPX. $100. Yeah, those just joined the stream. We have not entered any trades yet. Just basically went over the game plan for right now and the day. Went over today's news, tomorrow's news, and then next week, the holidays today, the holidays that we're having all the way until Tuesday next week, and all that good stuff. And just explaining what to basically anticipate or to expect in the markets. All right, especially for the newer traders, the next few days can be a little bit challenging. The beginning of a month, beginning of a quarter, with all the news for one, but you add, holidays and stuff to that, it can make things a little bit more complicated. But it's still good to experience because that's just a part of trading. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't expect it or don't want to deal with it. And what I mean by that is news and the choppiness of markets. Because you have to think about it. These are real values, right? This isn't just 12,009. Where are we at? 12,966. This means it's worth $12,966 right now, right? Or on SPX. This isn't just saying 40.89. It's just saying it's worth $4,089, right? And the same thing with currency pairs. We're on EJ. This is not just saying 143, right? So these are real values, just like crypto and Bitcoin and all that stuff. That's not just saying, whatever that number is, that's what it's worth. That's the value. So when you think about that, price can't, it'd be smart, which is why they do it. The price can't just constantly, pump up or keep tanking constantly, consistently all the time. At some point, it's going to have to halt. At some points, they're going to want price to stay at certain levels, which is where the ranginess comes in place. Because if you think on a bigger scale, when price is consolidating, right, or when price is ranging, that's literally just price literally consolidating and ranging at that same price level, meaning that whatever the value is, whether it's gold, the NASDAQ, Bitcoin, whatever we're looking at, they simply just want price to stay at that value, right? Just like on the weekends or during Tokyo session, right? There's certain hours where I like to withdraw, or if I'm going to like transfer Bitcoin or something like that, certain hours that I noticed where price likes to stay the same, where price isn't constantly dropping or pumping up. Because obviously, if you're going to transfer, you don't want to lose a good chunk of your money during the transfer. Because even when it's on the blockchain, crypto is still going down or crypto is still going up. So, when you want to transfer your money into your broker or withdraw your money, it'll be smart to consider that stuff as well. But the whole point of me saying all that is basically you have to understand the bigger picture. You have to understand why things are doing what it's doing. All right. Of course, you want to trade and you want to make money. That's the goal. But you can't just go on the charts and make money. You have to have a game plan and you have to know how you're going to get there. You got to know how you're going to get to the destination, right? You don't just get on the highway and go on a road trip to, let's say you're in Georgia. You're not going to just hop in the car, even go a state over, to Alabama or Tennessee, or even a few states over like Texas, or the other side, like, California. You're going to need a GPS to know where you're going, right? And that's the same thing with trading. That's the same thing with literally anything in life. You're not going to just know what to do immediately, or things aren't just going to click. There's going to be certain things you're going to have to learn, certain routines, certain behaviors. But the thing about Forex or trading in general, it might be confusing at first, but once you understand and get the gist of everything, it's literally just rinse and repeat. Every day is the same thing. Besides, of course, market conditions can change, but like setup wise and stuff like that is literally the same. You're looking for the same type of setups. You're following the same rules, trading the same times. Literally, after the learning curve, the hardest part is just the mental game. But after the mental game, it's just rinse and repeat, and then risk management. That's all it comes down to. after the mental games out the way. But we're about to get to these charts because we might be jumping into some things. All right, so I'm watching SPX right now, and I got EJ on my other screen. EJ, we're not going to pull the trigger on just yet. SPX looks like it's attempting to try to push back up. Let me just switch to the 5 minute really quick. So do a small retest on the 5 minute. It's holding this level here. Did a nice push up. And then let me just switch back to EJ so y'all can see what's going on with EJ. But yeah, EJ is retracing back. So again, we're waiting to see if price can hold and stay above this level. We kind of saw a nice rejection wick on the last 15, but we see this current 15 is pushing back. Obviously, it can push back up, but that's what's going on right there. So we're waiting to see if price can hold above that level. Because if it can hold above this level, then we have a higher chance, a higher probability of price continuing to push up. But if it, reverses back down, we're just going to wait and see how price reacts to the next level we have marked off. That's all we're doing. We identify the key price levels, and we simply wait for price to hit those levels, and then we watch and see how price is reacting to those levels once it hits and reaches it. So that's all we're doing right now. Like I said, that's the only thing we're really looking at right now. NAS is doing the same thing as SPX. And then EJ's pushing back down to the downside. So yeah, we're just patiently waiting. Not rushing, not feeling any pressure in your trades. Because again, we don't control the markets. So it's kind of like fishing. You can throw your bait out there, but you can't be mad if the fish ain't bite your bait in 2 minutes. Granted, it's been 30 minutes, but that's not even long. There's multiple sessions, hours in each session. GG reversing as well. Yeah, so we're going to still keep an eye on these charts. We're going to still keep an eye on these charts. New 15 just started. We're going to see what this next 5 minute looks like. But yeah, we're just patiently waiting. These are the only pairs I'm looking at or like right now. So we're just going to keep these on. And, and if our rules are met, we're going to enter. If not, we're just going to patiently keep waiting. It's that simple. All right. And again, we went over the news and the holidays. So also, I have 2 videos, all right, that I'm about to link. Well, I'm about to link the first one. But there's 2 videos. There's 2 parts, I should say. All right, on how to trade news. All right, so I'm about to link that right now. If you haven't watched it, I recommend watching it. All right, this is what I personally do on live and off of stream on news days, and how I go about entering trades on news days and how to do it. And then on part 2, it's literally me breaking down trades that we actually did exactly that with. So let me go ahead and drop that. And I also need to set an alarm because I was supposed to drop that poll yesterday, but I totally forgot. Yeah, we're just patiently waiting right now. EJ is still looking the same. I'm going to flip back for y'all. It's still chilling on the 4-hour level. Still treating it as support though. So it could push back up. But we're just waiting to see if it's going to do that. Same thing with SPX. I have a certain number that I'm looking at. And once price hits that number, doing my enter on this. And the EJ, once price can hold above that level and then it hits that number, then we're going to jump in on that. But I do like SPX here. It's trying to push. A new 5-minute did just start. Yeah, so new 5-minute did just start. Let's see what NAS is looking like as well. Hold on, it's at 5. Yeah, he's just slowly trying to push up. All right, so while we're waiting, let's go ahead and go over the week. Whoops, let me move that because I don't need y'all seeing that. Because I have the trade written up in there already, but again, we haven't entered it yet. But I do have it. Whoops, I have it ready for exactly that if we do enter it, simply so I don't have to try to do it while the trade is active. Because I used to do that in the past and it doesn't work out as well. So let me delete that. All right, bam. Give me 1 second. All right. So this is how we're doing for the week so far. So yesterday we went 2-2. We took 2 L's. We took 1 L during Tokyo session, then 1 L during London session. Didn't enter any trades during New York simply because, I mean, if y'all was on the charts yesterday, price didn't really do much yesterday. Except the few pairs that price did do things on, we either missed the entries or we entered too late, SO got hit, things like that. But we went over all that in yesterday's stream. But we went 2-2 yesterday, 10-2 for the week. Then we scroll up. This is how we did on Wednesday. No, today's Thursday. So this is how we did on Tuesday. We went 5-0 on Tuesday. We caught 16,100 pips. Most of these were taken on Tuesday's live. Let me see. So these 2 trades were Tokyo session. Euro AD and GJ were Tokyo session. SPX we entered live, I'm pretty sure. And then gold. Well, actually, let's just click here and we can see. Yeah, so gold entered live. SPX might have entered live. Depends how long that live was on that day. But everything's documented real time when the trades were posted, when the TPs were hit and all that good stuff. But that's how we did on Tuesday. And then if we keep scrolling up, this is how we did on Monday, which we see here is the 3rd. Caught a total of 32,100 pips. We entered all these trades live. Entered GA sell, 162 pips. Caught US30 buy, 31,900 pips caught. Then a GJ buy, 44 pips caught. So off to a great start this month. And then, let me see, when did I post? This is how we did last week. Last week, we went 18-1, 94% win rate for the week, 30,664 pips caught. Okay, so this is when the month ended. So I had to post how we did the month shortly after here. So I dropped how we did for the month in here too. And since the month literally just started, it had to be okay, here it is. So if you scroll to the 4th, if you scroll to the 5th, it's the post right before the 5th. I posted how we did for the, whoops, my bad, just smacked you on the face. I just hit my mic. But I posted how we did for the month on this day. We caught last month in March, we caught a total of 92,592 pips. And then February, we caught 50,000 pips, if I'm not mistaken. And then January, we caught over 200,000 pips. All that stuff's documented live. You see, we're here on March 1st. Then you can, everything's documented right here. But yeah, I have to tally up later today how many pips we caught for the quarter. And that's going to be a lot of scrolling and a lot of math. But yeah, so off the year, off to a great start. Month off to a great start. Yeah, so after these holidays, it's going to be back to normal. We kind of had a similar situation like 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, this Monday when we had the holidays. I'm pretty sure this day was I think this was that day I was talking about, matter of fact. But yeah, when it's holidays, a bunch of news events, it's going to affect the markets. That's just how it is. If the markets aren't moving or if they're just literally ranging in a box, you can't really do much. That just is what it is. So we see EJ dropping down. So we're not going to enter this yet. GJ is probably doing the same thing. So we're simply just not going to enter it yet. We're going to just let it do what it's going to do. The SPX it's still above this level, but it hasn't met my second. Well, let me not say my second confirmation. It broke above the line, so it's doing a retest right now. But it didn't break past the number I was looking at, so we're still going to wait and see if it can hold this level. So we got a new 5-minute. Well, we just had a new 5-minute start. Got about 3 minutes to the next 15. But yeah, we're just patiently waiting. Yeah, we're gonna be on for a little bit longer though. Again, obviously, I would like to enter some trades, but in no rush. All right, so yeah, it's holding this level nicely, so we might jump into this soon. Yeah, it's building a nice wall here on the 5-minute. Yeah, so we're gonna see what this next 15 looks like. EJ though, that thing, well, it's still holding here. Yeah, so we're gonna see what this next 15 looks like. Just look at gold just cause. Yeah, but if gold breaks above that level, we might consider a buy. But I ideally would like to look for gold to drop down to 1996. That's what I'd like to see, especially for a long-term position for a buy. That's what I'd like to see. Got this nice imbalance here that still needs to get filled up. So I wouldn't be too shocked if that happens today. Gold broke. What you mean? We went over this yesterday, but this is the highest gold has gone. Like, I don't want to say ever because I never Googled it, but we went on yesterday's live. We literally just went down memory lane, and we went all the way to like 1925. So this is the highest gold's ever been, which is up here at like 2075. And the last time price almost hit that height, we had another downtrend, which we caught. By the way, we caught this entire downtrend, just like we caught this entire uptrend. But that's why I'm pretty sure gold's coming to a halt. Because one, we're coming up to this order block, and two, again, if price continues to pump up, we're going to see some all new highs be made. And I'm pretty sure they don't want that to happen. If they do want that to happen, or if they can't, if there's no stopping it from happening, they're going to want it to happen at a certain time. And it's not a coincidence that we're this close to new highs, and then we got all this news coming on, new month coming on, and then now price is coming to a halt right here after it's so close to the all-time highs. So we're going to see some all new highs be made. And I'm pretty sure they don't want that to happen. If they do want that to happen, or if they can't, you know, there's no stopping it from happening, they're going to want it to happen at a certain time. And it's not a coincidence that we're this close to new highs, and then we got all this news coming on, new month coming on, and then now price is coming to a halt right here after it's so close to So it's going to be interesting what's going to happen with gold. Obviously, this is bullish. I'm still looking for buy setups. I'm not looking for sell setups in the uptrend, but I'm also not ignoring simply, the history and what you see has happened last time prices hit these levels. So there's that. But new 15 just started, right? SPX, talking about broke. SPX just broke. It's not. Oh, I'm on the 30. Okay, I was like, where's the new candlestick? I was confused for a second, but there we go. So we're gonna see what this new 15 looks like for these pairs right here. Yeah, but another thing about trading is, it's not. If I wasn't on stream, I'd be doing some other stuff like, not when I'm looking for setups, but like when I'm in setups, I'll be playing the game or whatever. Like after I'm in a trade already, and especially after like the first couple TVs get hit, I'll play a game or something, or I'll go to sleep. Like I'll be asleep while we're in trades. But like when I'm waiting for setups, I'm not just staring at the charts. Like I either got an AirPod in, I'm listening to a podcast, or I'm listening to some music, or I got my other screen up. I'm watching a show, watching anime, or I'm editing videos. I'm working out. Like I'm doing stuff while trading. That's the one thing about trading. Like while I'm in trades, I'm doing stuff. While I'm waiting for setups, I'm doing stuff. So it can kind of be boring, but there's a lot of ways to entertain yourself. But while I'm on stream, I can't do a majority of the things I listed. So that's why we're kind of just chilling right here. It can kind of be boring, but that's just trading right now. So that's just one thing you got to understand. And also, again, I keep stressing this. Again, I know some of y'all might be okay, we get it, but I just got to stress it because I have new people watching. People are brand new to trading, and also, of course, people that have experience with trading. But for new people, I just got to stress it because, again, a lot of people just see some videos and they come to trading just trying to make some money. But it's a lot more to it. Just like with anything, you don't just be good at a sport, be good at an instrument, be good at riding a bike. Like there's things you got to learn. There's certain steps you got to take, certain rules you got to follow, and things like that. And then once all that stuff is learned and met, then that's when the consistency comes in. In this case, the consistent wins and the consistent account growth. But there's things you got to learn before that. And one of the things you got to understand is just news days, holidays. There's a bunch of stuff you got to understand, but that's the main things. And of course, like just simply the game plan, especially when you have smaller accounts. When you have bigger accounts, you can kind of do things slightly different, but not too much. But we can talk about it for another stream. But yeah, so new 15 just started. It's hugging this level, still doing retracement. It could change and turn green. We've seen that happen before. But also, I'm not holding my breath when a move to happen too soon. Because again, we do have the news coming up. So it could just be chilling here until New York. But we also, like on Monday, and I think Monday and Tuesday last week, during London session, we caught some moves by entering early, being at it early. So early bird definitely does catch the worm, and that's also in trading. So I have no problem being up. And then some days, but usually, to be honest, usually if I'm up for a session, I'm going to enter something, even if it's just one setup. It's only really if it's like weeks like this where there's holidays or a bunch of news events where like it's pretty slow like that. There's very few weeks throughout the year and very few weeks throughout the quarter even where it's like I go through a session and I'm like, I'm not trading. Now, Tokyo session is a little bit different, but London and New York, no, it's very rare. Tokyo session, maybe 1 or 2 days out the week, depending on like how much the pump in the markets were. You know what I'm saying? But London and New York, yeah, usually if I'm not entering or finding setups during London and New York, it's usually news events or bank holidays affecting the markets. Let's go back to EJ though, see what's going on there. Yeah, so this is dancing on this level as well. So, you know, we want to stream literally since London started. And as you can see here on the 15th, not much has happened at all. It's kind of just been playing around. And we see on the 5-minute, price is literally just dancing. And this is what we're just talking about, consolidation. Price is literally just chilling at the same value right now. And when the price does that, obviously we can't really make no money. So that's why we're just patiently waiting. But I still like these setups though, but not entering them yet. Let's see what these other JPY pairs are looking like. Yeah, so I would not be surprised we see this happen. This imbalance hasn't been filled up yet though. But this is kind of what I want to see happen today. It could reverse down, but just looking at how the candle structures are right now, that's kind of what I can see happening. Because it's respecting this level here, just like we saw in the other JPY pairs, it's respecting this level here 2 days in a row, and it's waking up and pushing back up. So that's showing me that we could see potentially the bullish momentum. But we also see here how price has been rejecting this level, which is why I was talking about earlier, those that have been in the stream since the beginning, how we're kind of in this box right now, consolidation. We see, and we're on the daily time frame, how price has hit this level consistently, but it's consistently wicked and rejected and closed underneath here. And the same thing with this daily level, this blue line. Price has hit this level 4 days in a row, but it's also wicked, rejected, and closed above this level. But none of these days has price closed above or below this orange, this golden or blue line. So I kind of want to see that get broken out of and change today. Definitely at the end of the week, but I kind of want to see that happen today. So that's what's kind of going on with these pairs. But looks like SPX. Okay, yeah. So trading view is bugging again because this I definitely slid this over to the left. To the right. Let's see what EJ is talking about. Yeah, EJ is rejecting this level. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. And we can kind of see the same thing here, except the box. It's a little bit bigger. The range is a little bit bigger. But it's basically the same thing with GJ, like we just saw with CJ. Basically the same thing. We're stuck in this box here. So I kind of want to wait for price to break out either way. We also have this huge imbalance here. So that's why I'm also kind of leaning towards buys, but I don't want to be biased, especially because it's not a clear trend going on. Obviously, we caught a huge amount of pips on buys on multiple JPY pairs last week, but you know, you gotta look at the bigger picture still. But I'm liking SPX. SPX is moving how we want it. EJ is slowly trying as well. EJ just switched up on us, started talking shit, and started switching up on us. So yeah, we're still looking at these trades here. They're still looking valid for right now. Again, just waiting for confirmations and the numbers and select prices I have marked off to get hit. And then once those are hit, we're going to calculate our lot size, enter, and see what happens. EJ. I just went over EJ. And you just posted that like 6 minutes ago. So I'm gonna assume that you said that either while I was talking about EJ or but yeah, nothing's really changed. If you're here earlier, so I'm pretty sure you commented earlier, or I'm thinking about yesterday. No, yeah, you was here earlier. Yeah, so nothing's changed with EJ. Nothing, literally nothing's changed. You know, you go on your chart, it's gonna look the same as the chart on my screen. Nothing's changed. We started this stream at 3 o'clock. We're on the 15-minute time frame. So this candlestick started at 3:45 because it's 3:55 my time, EST. So literally, this candlestick, this candlestick, this candlestick. This is all we've seen so far this stream. So price is literally not really moved anywhere. These are the 3 candlesticks we've seen since the stream started. Price is literally not going anywhere. And if we go on the 5-minute, you can see that as well. Price is literally just dancing here. It's not gone anywhere. So, you know, nothing's changed, you know. Nothing's changed. So, look at the chart. The charts are going to tell you things. The charts are going to explain what's happening. All right, so it's very important to look at charts and understand. Well, obviously look at charts. I worded that wrong. It's very important to know how to read charts. So that goes to the second video I was talking about. So let me go ahead and drop that. Well, there's 2 parts for that as well. So I'm going to drop this one, how to read candlesticks. And then how to read candlesticks. There we go. And then the other one is how to identify the trend. And shout out to everybody that's been watching since the beginning of the stream. Shout out to those that just jumped in as well. Those just joined, we have not entered anything yet, but you see on your screen how we've done so far for the week. You can join, you click that first link in the description, join the free Telegram. You'll be able to see everything documented. You'll be able to see how we did yesterday and this week so far, as well as last month, the month before that, and last year also. And I'm going to pull it up as well in just a second, so y'all can see how we've done so far as well for yourselves. While you're at it, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it on your screen. Instagram is playmaker_way. TikTok is playmaker way. We're almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok. All right. Once we're at 1,000, we're going to be going live on there as well. It's not going to be during this time. I mean, I might have it running during this time while we're on stream, but it's going to be a separate time on TikTok that we go live. But yeah, this is what we're waiting for right now. And then New Zealand pairs went over this with the members. Also went over this on yesterday's stream, but pretty much nothing has changed with this also. So literally, and then it's a bank holiday for New Zealand pairs today also. It's a bank holiday for the AUD pairs also. But we do have the 4 o'clock hour about to start. So we're going to see even during these market conditions, if the 4 o'clock hour is going to do what it usually does. But yeah, literally, those that have been here since the beginning of the stream, nothing has really changed. Prices literally just been ranging since stream started. But we got the new 15 about to start. So we're going to see what this new 15 looks like. And then go from there. Yeah, so we got 5 seconds to the new 15. We're going to see what that looks like. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, new 15. Starting off green. Was green for EJ as well. It's red right now, but it's literally on the 4-hour level. And the SPX is right here as well. It's holding above on the level we want, which is a good sign. But yeah, they're kind of just chilling right there. But it can start to move soon though. But we're just keeping an eye on these right now. Might see some action soon though. We're still gonna be on stream for a little while longer. Those that just joined the stream, we have not entered these yet. These are just trade ideas. Looking at EJ and SPX. Have not entered these yet, but that could change soon. Make sure to click that first link, join the free Telegram, y'all. I'm going to pull it up in a little bit, show how we did yesterday and this week so far, as well as last month. Going to be tallying up and posting later this week how we've done for the quarter. And those that don't know, the quarter is every 3 months, 4 months 4 quarters in a year. It's a new month, new quarter. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let me flip back on EJ because, like I said, I'm looking at my other screen, but just to show y'all what we're looking at. So it's slowly pushing up, but again, nothing's really happened yet. Going to flip back on gold too, just to look, but literally most of these pairs, if not all, since we've been on stream, haven't done much. But again, not too shocking because we went over the market conditions for the week and today in particular, so it's not too surprising. But things can start getting shaken soon. Things can start getting active soon. 4 o'clock hour did start. All right, so we got some movement going on. Members, like I said, what's today? I'm gonna hold another month. I gotta go back. Give me 1 second. We are gonna go live today, though. Pretty sure I said that yesterday. So I'm gonna drop the link for y'all. We're gonna go live today. We're gonna see. I'm still a week too far. There we go. We're gonna see what the news is gonna look like today. Yeah, so we're gonna go live today. We might go live tomorrow too. Depends, but we're gonna go live today. Right before the news, we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna go over a few things as well. And of course, if y'all miss it, or even if y'all make it, it's gonna be dropped. It's gonna be recorded and dropped. All right. Those that missed the last week's live, that's recorded and dropped as well in there. But yeah, we fixed Zoom because I know, like, what was it, last month we were having some issues with Zoom. The storage was filled, so I fixed that. Had to delete some things, so now the Zoom's working. Well, the Zoom was working, but the recording wasn't. But now it's working, so yeah, we're gonna go live probably around 8:20. So I'm gonna drop that link for y'all when that's time. Yeah, but EJ and SPX are showing some movement. So we might be jumping into these soon. They're trying to show some movement. Let's look at gold just out of curiosity. Yeah, but I just like gold, but yeah, this keeps getting moved. I keep moving this back. I'll not be shocked or surprised. Well, might as well delete that. All right, new 5 minute just started. Yeah, it looks like SPX is trying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, it was. Now I turned red on this. NAS is probably still underneath this level. Yeah, so we're gonna wait for this 15 to close, and depending what the next 15 looks like, we'll go from there. It's still gonna be on the charts though. But yeah, not too much going on. Same thing with EJ. It's still ranging. Again, it could change during this hour. Things can change. So I'm gonna see how this 15 ends. But I'm not gonna be too shocked if price stays like this so closer to New York, at least pre-market. So within the next 2 hours, things might start picking up within the next 2 hours. But yeah, and then we also have bank holidays for New Zealand, Australia. Then tomorrow we have Swiss franc holiday, GP holiday, German holiday, and a Canadian holiday. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be interesting as well. We do have what you call it, the non-farm employment. So I might do it a little bit different tomorrow. We'll see, because literally a bunch of bank holidays tomorrow. So I don't even know what Tokyo session is going to even look like, let alone London session. So we might just do a live New York tomorrow, because I'm probably not even going to trade tonight when market reopens. I'm probably not even going to trade. I might be on the charts still because I do have a slight addiction, but probably not going to at least post trades out. So we might just go live during New York session tomorrow. I'll let y'all know in the Telegram for sure, but that's most likely what's going to happen, because yeah, it's going to be dead. I'm not going to be trading anything tomorrow, really. And then Sunday, don't really matter. I don't trade Sundays. Then Monday, we have more bank holidays. And then things pick back up on Tuesday. Then we have a bunch of red folder news on Wednesday. So yeah, it's going to be interesting next few days. But we want to try to end this week on a good note nonetheless. Started on a great note. What do you mean by I confirm, EJ? I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. Like I said, I'll flip it back onto here, but like literally, it has not. You've been here since the beginning of the stream. It hasn't done much. Now, if I enter trades, like I said, the members, well, let me not say every, but like, you know, the high probability trades, the regular risk setups, the members and advanced play signal room, they get every trade. So, you know, it depends on how many trades I take. Like if I end up only taking one trade, it might just be with the members, you know what I'm saying? But if I take more than one trade, at least one of the trades is going to be in the free Telegram. But the members always get most of the trades. So if that's what you're asking, like if I'm going to post a trade when I enter, I do post the trades when I enter. I post all the trades. It just depends how many trades I enter. You know what I mean? Whether, one or two we post in the free Telegram or not. Because the members are always going to get most of the trades. And then Tokyo sessions, trades during Tokyo session are strictly for the members. So that's how that goes. But yeah, we've been on stream this whole time. And, you see what's going on. So, we haven't jumped to anything yet because prices literally hasn't done anything. You know what I mean? We're not rushing to enter any trades. And if price is ranging, there's no point in entering because price is ranging. You want to enter when there's volume in the markets and when prices, when there's some movement, because you can't make money if price is ranging. And then another thing with a ranging market, if price is ranging, you know what I'm saying? If price is ranging, it's going to break out this way or this way. You don't know which way it's going to break out until it does so. So you want to wait for the ranging to finish or for the breakout to happen, because it breaks out to the downside, then it's like, okay, I can look for sells. And if it breaks out to the upside, then it's like, okay, I can look for buys. But when it's ranging, that's when the gambling comes into play. So you don't want to be impatient, That's one thing you don't want to be is impatient. You want to know what the game plan is. And then when you're looking for the setup and while you're in the setup, you have to be patient, because even when you enter the trade, it's the same thing. You hold to SL or TB is hit. There's no set time limit for a setup to come into play, or for a trade to hit a TP, or for a trade to hit a SL. There's no set time limit. Some days it's going to be quicker than others. We had days where we literally hit all the TPs on stream. We've had days where it's taken 2 hours. We've had days, or trades, I should say, where it's taken literally the whole day, sometimes 2 days to hit a TP. So it literally just depends on the market and where you enter at. You know what I'm saying? Monday and Tuesday, it was flowing nicely. Today, even though we had news, if I'm not mistaken, on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, we sure did have news Monday and Tuesday. Monday, not so well. We had news Monday as well. It didn't really affect the markets, but we had news Monday. Then we had news Tuesday. But yesterday, yesterday, that's when it decided to be super slow and choppy, right? Today, so far, that's when it decided to be super slow and choppy. But Monday and Tuesday, the beginning of the week, even though there was news events and stuff like that, we still had nice flowing days, and the markets were moving nicely. You know what I'm saying? So there's a few things we can't control. And the longer you've traded, the more you're in the charts, the quicker you'll realize some things, or the more of understanding you'll have of certain things. You know what I'm saying? But that's why, I try to do things a little bit differently over here than like other trading pages and channels. And I try to stress stuff that I don't see a lot of people talking about, that I know should be talked about, or I believe should be talked about. So that's why I try to stress about that stuff, because I could talk about like a bunch of stuff other people talk about all the time, but there's a lot of stuff that people purposely don't talk about. Yeah, like there's not even or like it's not even an or they don't know to talk about it. It's like that's the only thing I can think about. Is like they just don't talk about it, because like there's some stuff that I talk about or I discovered, and I'm like, why didn't nobody talk about this? Or why didn't nobody bring this up or explain this? But there's a lot of stuff that you have to understand before you should even start trading on a live account, or even start trading in general. Like, of course, you got to understand the controls of NT4, both the computer and the app. But if you don't know how to read the charts, don't know how to count pips, you know what I'm saying? You don't know how to identify trends, all this stuff. It's like, okay, you got an account with money in it, but it's like, are going to be able to do what you want to do or accomplish what you're trying to accomplish with it. Because a lot of people are trying to just rush the process, myself included when I started. And, I don't suggest doing that. That's just a short version. We all got our stories, but, the money will come. If you just focus on the craft, the money will come. That's a fact. But yeah, price is literally just ranging right now. New 15 just started. Looks like prices were tracing on both these pairs we're looking at. SPX is still holding this level, so I am going to keep an eye on these pairs because they could try to take off within the next couple hours or start to trickle the direction, whether it's up or down. But yeah, literally price is just on literally all these pairs. Hasn't done much yet. But yeah, just to reiterate, if I do enter a trade, depending on how many I enter or not, the members will definitely be notified. But if I enter at least 2 trades, one of them is going to be in the free Telegram. Let's just put it at that. But if I just end up ending one trade, since I didn't enter during Tokyo session, it's going to be just a members only trade. But I did go over the game plan and the price levels and stuff like that for these pairs during this stream. So if you just rewind and watch the stream, you will hear those levels. Also, make sure you join the free Telegram. That way you're notified if I do enter a trade. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Was pretty much anticipating this. I was debating even to go live today, but I was like, I went on the charts. I saw SPX. I saw EJ. I was like, okay, we could probably get into this. But as y'all saw, price is just ranging. But it's not a surprise because of what's going on this week and today. All right. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. The giveaway is going down in a week or two, but there's still time to submit. All right, to be eligible for the giveaway, you gotta be subscribed to the channel, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Let me put it back on the screen for y'all, and then just send me screenshots of all 3, and then you'll be added. And we're gonna do the raffle live. I don't know; it's most likely gonna be during New York session. But I'm gonna I have to pick a day. Matter of fact, Monday. Do I want to do it Monday? Monday would probably be a good day to do it, simply just because it's a dead looking day. Let's see here. If I'm going to do it during New York, I'm going to do it when it's kind of a dead. So we might could possibly do. Ooh, wow. I looked at Monday, but it didn't register what Monday was looking like. Oh, Monday is looking. I mean, I literally said it too, but it's just now kicking in. All the holidays on Monday as well. Man, literally a bunch of things. So I don't know how Monday's gonna go too. I might not stream Monday either. Simply because there's a bunch of bank holidays. So it simply just might not be stuff going down during London session. I'll let y'all know though, of course, but I'm trying to figure out what day I'm gonna do the I mean, Monday would be a good day to do that. We'll see though. In the next week or two, though, is when we're going to be doing the giveaway, though, nonetheless. So we got news at 8:30 today for Canada and USD pairs. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. My ideas and trading plans still hasn't changed. Like I said, just rewind and rewatch the stream. I went over all that stuff multiple times. And members, you already know. But we're going live, so we're going to go over it on live, but I might drop a video before the live, just in case for those that can't make it. But yeah, we're gonna be going live in a few hours before the news and during the news, just to see what happens. Gonna go over a few things as well and answer questions, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see. Oh, I was like, what? Wait a minute. But it just refreshed. All right, cool. Yep. But what I just said tomorrow. Yeah, so I might go live New York session tomorrow. I'm not gonna be live tomorrow during this time simply because there's no reason to. There's literally no reason to. I'm not gonna be trading tonight or London session. So won't be live during New York simply because we might be able to catch some plays on the indices and gold. I might even pull up the Canadian and USD pairs because, as you can see, I don't have those up. But I might pull those up simply just because all the other pairs can't really or shouldn't really trade. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Let me catch these comments. Don't have TikTok. I'm pretty sure if someone else said that, and I'm pretty sure it was you that said that. Pretty sure it was you that said that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to my Instagram right now. Yeah, so I added you to it. You already told me that. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, because it was you, and I believe it was someone else. I hope it wasn't you, but it was you. And then it was someone on Telegram that was saying the same thing. But that someone on Telegram started being weird, though. So I don't think it was you, because you was talking to me pretty normal on Instagram. But even if it was you, I mean, I don't know. I started talking to the person on Telegram. But yeah, I already added you to the list. Don't worry about that. But you're added to the list. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, y'all see the charts, and I have to explain what's going on. And y'all, especially y'all that been on the stream, y'all literally seeing prices not done much. So there's literally nothing you can do about that. So we're gonna be back at it next week. Tomorrow, like I said, probably be live New York for y'all. If I do even decide to trade, we'll see. But yeah, and then it's just gonna be kind of interesting until next week on Tuesday, to be honest. And then Wednesday next week we have a bunch of news events. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but it's pretty normal because it is a new month, a new quarter. So the first 2 weeks is a bunch of news. The holidays, that's just a little spice, a little twist, a little tang, a little twang to it. But all the other stuff, the news events, that's pretty normal stuff for a new month to be ending and beginning. But we're gonna be back at it. We'll be back at it during this time next week. Like I said, not gonna be streaming Monday next week simply because it's a bunch of holidays. Not gonna be trading. Might try to look for some setups during New York. We'll see. But like I said, I'm probably gonna pull up the USD and Canadian currency pairs up next week simply just because of that. Because I still like to trade even when there's bank holidays, other pairs that don't have holidays. But sometimes you just simply can't. Sometimes you just simply can't. But I do try to trade every day if possible. But some days, especially it's usually the days there's a bunch of holidays, you just can't. But yeah, so we're gonna see what these next few hours look like. Price is still kind of ranging. I had this trade I did up for AJ, but we're gonna see what price does today and tomorrow.